Alright, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be doing a review on the MVP Terra. So this is going to be in neutron plastic. So the numbers on it's going to be 8, 5, 0, and then 3. So what I'm going to be doing again today is this one I'll probably be throwing, I'd say that I'm probably going to try to throw this one around at the beginning. For the beginning players, I'll probably try to throw it about 250 feet, and then I'll try to throw it a lot harder for more advanced or pro level players, and I'll try to get it 350 feet or so, maybe farther depending on how well I'll throw it. And then after that I'll come back and then do some forehands, and I'll do the forehands. I'll probably do it about 220 feet for more beginner or intermediate players, and then I'll throw it a little bit harder and try to get it like 300, 320, something like that. So we'll start off with the backhand for beginner players. So alright, so we're going to throw this one to the first bag, which is about 250 feet. And I'll try to throw it kind of flat, probably over to the right a little bit, because it's going to be kind of overstable. So as you can see, that for like a more beginner arm speed, it's going to be very reliable. You can kind of throw it out wide and then it'll come back, and whenever I bring it back, I'll try to throw it more on maybe kind of an anhydrous like flex line, and then show you what it'll look like then. So alright, so this time instead of throwing another shot to the shorter bag, I think that for the slower arm players, they could probably kind of get a good grasp of what it would do. This time I'm going to try to throw it flat, and I might actually try to turn it a little bit, because this thing is kind of overstable. So I'll try to throw to the 350 foot bag. I might throw past it. I'm going to try to throw at least to the bag and see if I can go past it. So we'll see how it does on a little bit of turn or flat. So. Oh, am I going to hit the bag? Oh! So as you could see from that flight, I threw it pretty flat, and I threw it a little bit right of the bag, and the Terra is so good at high speeds. It has like no turn to it, as the numbers say, and I threw it really hard, and it didn't want to turn at all. It pretty much held straight. And we also have a little bit of a headwind right now. It's not much of one, it's probably a couple miles an hour, but it didn't act like it wanted to turn at all. And I think that I probably threw it maybe 20 feet past the bag, so it probably went about 370 feet, and it didn't want to turn at all. It's going to be I think that's going to be a very good like headwind fairway driver, or if you ever have shots backhand, at least to where you don't want it to go right. If you need to be able to throw a shot hard, and if you have OB or whatever on the right side and you need to make sure it's getting left, I think that's going to be a perfect disc for that, because I think you could even try to flex the disc and it's not really going to hold the turn very long. It might hold it a little bit, but it's definitely going to come out of it. So I think I actually didn't have the Terra in my bag for a little while, but now I think it's going to be in my bag for that exact shot right there, just to make sure that I don't ever turn anything over for that reason. So I'll go get that and then come back, and then I'll throw a couple of forehands. I'll throw one to the shorter bag, and then I'll try to throw one to the farther bag forehand. So we'll see how those fly forehand. Alright, so now this time I'm going to be throwing forehands with this disc. First, I'll be throwing it, my first bag is 250 feet out, but I'll probably throw it a little bit shorter than that. For more beginner players, I'll probably try to throw it a little bit over 200 feet. And I'll probably actually try to throw it with anhydrous a little bit, just to get the like full flight out of it. So we'll see how it flies there. So I threw it a little bit nose up, but we do have a headwind, so that made it even worse. It just picked it up even more. But it's still gonna be reliable like it was backhand. If you get that a little bit more nose down, I think that'll probably fly pretty straight and then have a really reliable fade at the end. So I'll go get that one back, and I'll try to throw it a little bit past my 250 foot bag. I'll try to get it over 300 feet if I can. So in this headwind. So we'll see how that one goes. Alright, so we're going to be doing this last throw with the Terra. We actually have a little bit of a headwind right now, so this will be a really good test for it. I'm going to try to get it out smooth if I can. I'll try to throw kind of a flex line and just see, try to go a little bit over 300 feet or so. Okay, so I think that I probably got like 290, around 290, maybe 300, pushing it. So that just kind of gives you an idea of how the Terra will fly. I actually personally think that the Terra flies better backhand. One of the reasons I took it out of my bag for just a little bit, and the only reason I did that is just forehand purposes. I kind of throw the Tesla now for that purpose of the Terra. I actually like the Terra a lot backhand. That I might keep it in my bag just for that reason. But I do like having discs in my bag that are good for forehand and backhand. And you might not be able to tell from that view, but sometimes whenever I throw the Terra hard, it wobbles out of my hand just a tad. It doesn't happen very often with MVP discs, but I just noticed that whenever I first started throwing it a while back. I could probably get used to it, but just right away, it does wobble out of my hand just a tad. But for like the shorter shots or whatever, I like more touchy shots. I don't have any problem with that. It flies very consistent. It's just those more longer distance shots. I like throwing the, even though the Tesla is a faster disc, I can throw the Tesla a little bit slower and get the same flight as the Terra throwing it hard. So that's the only reason why I didn't like the Terra quite as much whenever I first started throwing it. But if you're a backhand player, I definitely recommend getting the Terra. And then even if you are a forehand player, you could try it. Just for me personally, it doesn't quite mix completely, but I definitely suggest going out and trying it. So thanks for watching the review of the Terra.